What's up, guys? This is Cory. Welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the fourth Ghoulies movie, Ghoulies 4. So let's quickly recap what I thought of all the different movies. First one I thought was okay. It was a little slow to pick up, but I thought the second half was pretty good. Absolutely loved the second. Third one I thought was a big disappointment. I thought it was pretty bad, but upon seeing the fourth one, I realized that the third one is not nearly as bad as it could be. Ghoulies 4 was, shall I say, a train wreck. Pretty much everything that they could have done wrong, they did in this film. So let's try to give a plot for this. With this film, they kind of go back to the first film. They have a character who returns, and he's now a cop, and he's trying to stop an ex-girlfriend of his who is trying to bring, I guess, an end to the world with this rare diamond, or not diamond, but like ruby necklace or something. Anyway, it causes the Ghoulies to come out, and pretty much the plot is that they're trying to destroy the ruby before, witchcraft or, black magic or whatever causes it to either end the world or bring about more Ghoulies or something. It's a very confusing and very unnecessary plot. Normally I would talk about the positives, and honestly, I cannot say that there's really any positives with this film. The only slight positive that I can give for this film is that the Alexandria, the guy's ex-girlfriend, she can kick butt and she's not bad looking, but other than that, it's like, there's nothing I can really say that is good about it. Let me start off with one of the big things that I feel is like one of the worst things that they could have done, which they did. And that is they went away from the puppets. Ghoulies 1 through 3 had the puppets. The Ghoulies were puppets and everything. There was a lot of puppetry. Number 3 introduced them talking. Well, in this film, they have the Ghoulies talking, but instead they are a couple of dwarfs who are in, terrible Halloween masks and, kind of like, I guess, furry hands or some stupid thing. And they're running around causing mayhem. One's played by Tony Cox, who would later make, who would later star in a bunch of comedies and stuff in the 2000s, in the early 2000s. Most notably, he was the friend of Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa. He played the dwarf who, helps him steal stuff and everything. He plays the elf to Billy Bob Thornton's Santa. And he plays one of the Ghoulies in this film, and honestly, he brings nothing to the role. The costuming is terrible. Specifically, their Halloween masks. When they talk, they barely move, and it's pretty hard to watch. In fact, there's only 2 Ghoulies, and it's a light Ghoulie and a dark Ghoulie. That's what they're referred to as in the credits. And honestly, that's terrible. I mean, it's a little racist, I feel. Perhaps maybe not racist, but it's still kind of borderline politically incorrect, I guess. And it's just, that's one of the biggest things that I disliked about it. Some of the other things that I didn't like was the acting wasn't very good. The story and the plot is just all jumbled up, confusing, and it's a little hard to follow. It never really grabbed my interest. It just, it kept going on, and I kind of got lost midway through, and I finished the film, but I kind of mentally gave up because I just didn't care at that point. Overall, like, the Ghoulies films, the first one's just okay. I mean, it had a pretty weak first half, but a pretty solid second half. And then the second film was amazing. And then the third film, it's a big step down from what the second and even first one were. But at least the second one had puppets and, a solid storyline that was easy to follow and wasn't just plain old boring. Ghoulies 4 is not the worst film I've ever seen. It is one of the worst films I've ever seen, but it's not the worst. It came out in 1994, straight to video, which is well deserved, and it has about a 2.3 on IMDb, which I feel is relatively high. Honestly, it's that bad of a film. Overall, I think I'd probably give Ghoulies 4 a 1.1 out of 10. It's pretty damn bad. And it's unfortunate because I absolutely love the second one, and the third one, while I didn't like it, I didn't loathe it or anything. It just was, it was just kind of a big disappointment for, going for, from number 2 to number 3. But looking back, number 3 doesn't seem all that bad compared to number 4. So if you're going to watch the Ghoulies movies, definitely check out number 2. Check out number 1 just to kind of get a grasp of everything. And if you must see the third one, go ahead, but absolutely avoid the fourth one. But absolutely avoid the fourth one just because it's that terrible. I have to say it's one of the worst films ever made. So tell me, guys, have you seen Ghoulies 4? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What'd you think of the story? What'd you think of the Ghoulies? Comment below, let me know. Love to hear your feedback. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to check out our other videos. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And as always, I'm Cory, and I will see you guys in the next one.